What's up guys, my name's Dychronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about This Week at Bungie for March 7, 2019. If you did not know, This Week at Bungie is basically the weekly update for Bungie on Destiny 2 and everything related to Bungie, where it basically shows you what happened in the last week, that's happened in the current week, as well as a prediction of the couple weeks in the future. In this issue of This Week at Bungie, it basically describes the Joker's Wild DLC that launched 2 days ago, or otherwise known as the Season of the Drifter. If you did not know, new DLC, new stuff to do, new higher levels to chase. Now, in this TWAB, there's really not a lot of information. The last TWAB was a bit more information-packed, so make sure you check out that one if you don't know much about it. This one basically goes over, like, if you haven't seen the trailers and stuff, like Gambit Prime, Reckoning, a couple of little tidbits of information about Tier 3 stuff. It shows the calendar again, the Bungie bounty, and then the biggest part, which I think is the most important part, is going to be the known issues. A lot of stuff to go through in that one, but this one should not be a very long video. Anyways, this is going to be your audible version of TWAB, so make sure you sit back, relax, and enjoy the cute and amazing fluffers that are on screen right now as part of your intro. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. The first section here is going to be a set of different videos. I've already kind of played this one, showing you Gambit Prime and how it's changed, what's added to it, the different sets of armor, whatnot. If you don't know about that one, I'd highly recommend you watch this video. It's actually pretty nice. Second up, pretty much the same thing with Reckoning, which is going to be a nice PvE activity that's not based around the Gambit style of PvE plus PvP. Reckoning is all about the PvE stuff. There's a cool little kind of blind well game mode inside of it. To be honest, this section doesn't really tell you much other than the fact that there are 3 tiers of Reckoning, kind of like blind well. There's a tier 1 that's released right now. Tier 2 goes live tomorrow on Friday, and of course tier 3 releases, which is a 680 power event that releases the following Friday. So you're gonna have to level up and get pretty high to be able to do this activity with the best possible chance of success. Now, for the most part, it seems like the map is going to be changing slightly, and the dynamics are going to be a little bit different than they were in just Tier 1. You can see little island things over here. We definitely expect there to be some interesting things around it, as well as the fact there is a well kind of thing over here with a giant ice cube block. Perhaps you have to deliver this payload of ice cube to the cup of cola. I don't know what it is, but basically, Tier 3 is going to be a little bit different than Tier 1. And of course, if you haven't seen this already, this is basically the forecast calendar of everything that's going to be releasing over the next few months, basically showing off, for example, March 5th was the release of Joker's Wild, as well as the Season of the Drifter. On March 8th, which is going to be tomorrow, that's going to be the Tier 2. There's going to be a new Gambit Prime map. Right now, there's only one map on the March 12th, and on and on and on. You can see basically what's going on in each section. It shows you what is each thing. Something you take a note of, the Thorn quest is going to be March 12th to get the Thorn hand cannon, a big weapon from Destiny 1. The Tier 3 is going to be on March 15th. Outside of that, a couple of different Gambit Prime maps are also going to be releasing. And then, of course, on the last section here is going to be Arc Week, which you don't really know yet, as well as the Revelry, which seems to be a kind of event maybe similar to the faction rallies or something similar to the Dawning events. I'm not too sure what it is yet, but that's going to be in the April section. Next up is going to talk about the Bungie bounty. Basically, if you don't know, there's an exclusive emblem, which is this emblem right here that you can only get by defeating the Bungie team when you defeat them during the Bungie bounty. And the last section here is going to be the Dr. Bungie. This blue section here basically means the updates and known issues, basically showing off everything that they know is broken when it comes to the DLC as soon as it launched. First section here is going to be the Season of the Drifter support, basically showing you all the different things and how everything works, the known issue, the patch notes. If you want to know some of the past information, this is all here, all the links for you if you want them. Next up, talking about the known issues, a couple of big issues with the update 2.2.0. This is going to be one of the bigger ones. The weekly bounty resets. There's a couple of issues with the certain bounties not offering the most possible powerful gear, which is obviously a big issue because, you know, trying to grind out, for example, 8-1 bounties as well as the Petrovenge bounties in the Dreaming City, getting a lot of those powerful gear are very important to leveling up, and if they are a bit broken, there's a lot of problems with that. So that is a known issue. They're going to hopefully be changing very soon. Next up, it's going to be the Destiny 2 Season of the Drifter known issues. This is the big list format. There's a lot of things on this list, so make sure you pay attention. I'm not going to go into extreme detail on each one of them. I'm mostly going to just kind of mention them as I go along. First off, Korean and Polish crashes. If you're wondering about that, make sure you read this on screen. Next up, some of the Gambit maps have been disabled. Kell's Grave and Cathedral of Stars. Kell's Grave being the worst one possible. I hate it. The Cathedral Star being the Dreaming City one. I think the Kell's Grave is the Tangled Shore one. Some issues with the Drifter's weapon pursuits not unlocking properly, like the Malfeasance and Breakneck. Acting Bad Looking Good quest is not unlocking properly. I believe that's the quest while wearing a full set of the Gambit armor in a Gambit match and winning to give you a powerful gear. Apparently that's not working properly. The Dark Age Arsenal Triumph not unlocking properly to basically have a full set of Gambit weapons equipped in every slot and winning a Gambit match. Issues with Clan XP and the rewards from Gambit Prime and Reckoning. Issues with the Best Defense Triumph not counting the number of orbs properly. That's going to be for the Oxygen SR3, which is the new scout rifle from the Vanguard Pinnacle weapon. Offering of the Oracles not working properly. Powerful reward levels not being the right level. That's another one from the one above about the powerful rewards not dropping properly. PC performance issues with the Windows 10 version of Destiny 2. Primeval's disappearing, resulting in ties or people leaving and incompleting matches. Practice makes perfect. One of the hunter perks on the Gunslinger perk tree is not working properly on expected consoles. The Radiant Matrix duplication, basically that big cube that you get from the Ada weapon frames right after completing those like 20 little cubes and getting the big cube in your inventory. Somehow that gets duplicated in the Postmaster. I personally do have this one, so I do know about this one. The Invading with Style bounty. A lot of people believe this to be a Gambit bounty, but this is actually going to be double kills in the Crucible, not Gambit. Loaded Question Ornament requiring the annual pass when it should be open to everybody. The Drifter not using proper gender callouts. Sometimes he'll say sister and brother incorrectly. The Well medal not appearing with a name on screen, another UI issue. Gambit Invader kills incorrectly giving a lost amount of motes when an invader kills somebody else with motes and they lose motes. Season 5 clan banners not appearing properly and having no title or description in its tooltip. Ghost having weird holograms on them with weird colors of the different classes. Heroic story missions not having the proper stats displayed. For example, I saw one recently where it did not show us how long it took us to finish a certain mission. The Clan Up Triumph activating in non-private matches, which is supposed to be Gambit private matches and completing those with clanmates, but for some reason it just activates anywhere like patrols. And that is pretty much it for all of the known issues. Again, I just kind of rattled them off. Go check out the page and read on screen in case you wanted to know more information. Outside of that, it is pretty much the end of the video. This is going to be the movie of the week section. A couple of people doing some cool things like guitar medleys, as well as like a montage of honorable rights, and that is pretty much it. That is the end of This Week at Bungie for March 7, 2019. Something I did want to mention at the very end is that the Thorn is on the horizon. So if you guys want to play some Crucible, I would recommend doing it now because the Thorn is coming back and you guys better be afraid. But that's it. That's the video for you guys today. That's This Week at Bungie for March 7, 2019. My name has been Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.